It's kind of funny how sometimes you'll go to a movie theater, most of the time to go be scared. You know, that's the whole point of seeing a horror movie. But also, you'll go there for, you'll catch like different emotions as well. Like, say, you go see a movie like Shaun of the Dead. You'll go there, and basically, it's a funny movie. It's it's definitely gross. It has blood and guts and everything, but it's more considered a comedy. So chances are you won't get scared. You'll laugh. Or say a movie like Scream, where you might get scared, but you'll also get maybe excited if you figured out earlier on who the killer is in the movie, or maybe you'll get angry if you think you know who it is, and then at the end when when it's revealed, you were pissed the whole time because it wasn't who you thought it was. And I was just thinking of a movie memory I had where growing up as a kid, in the 80s, two of the biggest, I guess, horror franchises that I really liked was A Nightmare on Elm Street and Friday the 13th. Those were the two, I guess, those two series were like the gateway into horror for me. And, I think I was more so scared of the Elm Street movies than Friday the 13th because, as a kid, I thought, well, if I fall asleep, Freddy could he could come and get me while I'm asleep. How do I avoid Jason? Oh, that's easy. Just stay the hell out of the woods and you're fine. But one movie in particular, I was never scared watching the Friday the 13th movies. In fact, I think I watched them just to see how Jason would cut people up. And I guess it's kind of fucked up, but I never got scared. But one scene in one movie in particular actually pissed me off as a kid, and it was Friday the 13th Part 5, A New Beginning. I think as far as like the fan base goes, it's kind of the weakest sequel, I think, next to Jason X. It's the movie where like Jason was already killed off in Part 4, the final chapter, so somebody else was actually doing the killing in Part 5. It was kind of like a mystery to see who it was. Who's the copycat Jason, It wasn't bad. It was kind of the same stuff, but with kind of a different twist. But there was one scene in particular that just really didn't settle too well with me back then. It was a scene where, they're at this camp. It's like a camp for like orphans and troubled teens, things like that. And one scene where this fat bumbling son of a bitch named Joey, he just comes like waddling out with stuff like shit all over, like caked onto his face. Apparently he's been gobbling up some damn chocolate bars, so it's he's practically like wearing half of it. And basically he goes over, and the first thing he wants to do is there's two girls he wants to help do laundry, and he just comes off as very childish, very maybe kind of mental. I don't want to be mean about it, but say he was kind of mentally disabled or retarded, whatever you want to say. But he was very childlike, so he goes over there and he asks to help do the laundry. And the girls are kind of mean to him, they tell him, piss off, fuck off, get the hell away from us. And all he wants to do is help fold laundry, he's just like, I'm really good at doing laundry, I just want to help, So basically, so what he does then is he just jumps right in and tries to help. He dives in there. He's got like fucking Hershey Kisses like all over his damn hands, and he just reaches in and starts fondling the damn white sheets, white towels, whatever was in there, and just getting chocolate all over him. And by then the girls are getting all pissed off and just telling him get the hell out of here, get lost. And he just says, well, I'll go help somebody else then. He didn't take it too hard or too personal. So he's like, I'm sure there's other people who need help. Fuck you. I'll go find somebody else. So then he wanders off, and there's this big, muscular guy. He's just sitting there chopping wood. His name was Vic. He's sitting there just chopping away. And, Joey, I don't know if I mentioned that. The fat dude, his name was Joey. He goes over there and, he offers to help chop wood. He's like, hey, let me give this a try. It sure looks like fun. And basically, it's the same formula as the girls before him. They were telling him to piss off, go away. But at that point, he was... I don't know, he just seemed like he was trying to find a friend or something like that. He's basically like telling Vic his life story about how, you know, he's an orphan and got shifted around as a child, and how he really loves being where he is now because he feels he can do good things and help people. You know, he's not hurting anybody. He just wants to help, you know, and meanwhile, you can tell that Vic's getting angrier and angrier that this guy's sitting here talking to him while he's chopping wood, to the point where he just says, you know, leave me the fuck alone. And after like 4 or 5 times, I think Joey finally gets it, but he's like, okay, well, if I'm not, you know, if he's not gonna help chop wood, then here, you know, he pulls out this fucking gob of fucking chocolate bar, man. It's melted shit, and he's just like, here, you know, you can have my chocolate bar. Yeah, I'll just set it right here in case you get hungry. You can have it. No problem, you know, because you're my fucking friend, Vic. So what does Vic do? He, in a fucking fit of rage, he just takes an axe and chops the damn candy bar in two right in front of Joey. And it wasn't the fact they told him that he couldn't chop wood or told him to go away. No, that's not what pissed Joey off. What the fact is that he chopped up his damn chocolate bar in front of him. Now, I think that's where Vic crossed the line. So he didn't raise his, like, you can tell he was mad, but not in a pissy way. He just said, you know, if that's the way you feel about it, Vic, you know, just forget it. And the one thing he said was, you know, you're really out of line. And he just turned around and left. You know, he's probably leaving to go try to find somebody else who might need help or something like that. But the part I thought was just really fucked up was after he said that, you know, Vic, you're really out of line. You know, Joey walks away, and then Vic picks up an axe and just starts, you know, fucking lacing it into him. Just fucking, he must have chopped him like 6 or 7 times. And when I saw that, you know, it didn't scare me. It just, I don't know, my eyes just got wide. I was like, wait, what the fuck? What just happened here? You know, I think either I had to wait for it to come on again, or I went to rent it at a video store, maybe, to watch it again, to see if I had missed something. I'm like, at what point do you go from, here's a chocolate bar, to, boom, you get an axe right in your ass? Like, and it just, I don't know, it just kind of pissed me off, because I'm like, okay, obviously this guy was kind of obnoxious. You know, nobody really wanted anything to do with him, but he seemed like, you know, a sweet guy with his heart in the right place. You know, I didn't feel like he deserved to get a damn, you know, axe up his ass. I thought it was ridiculous. Like, why, see, even to this day, I guess I get, kind of pissed off just thinking about it, because I was like, you know, why the fuck, why would you do that? That's the main question. Like, why would you just fucking kill somebody for trying to help you and then giving you half this chocolate bar? That's bullshit. You know, I guess and it's funny because I watched it recently, and I guess I still think of the same thing. You know, it's definitely one of the most fucked up scenes from the Friday the 13th series. You know, when Jason kills somebody, it's one thing. When he's dragging some bitch in a sleeping bag and starts banging her up against the tree, you know, I'm sitting there laughing my ass off at it. I don't, do your thing, Jason. But that just one particular scene, I guess it had nothing to do with Jason, and it just, and I guess it did kind of set the plot for the rest of the movie, now that I'm thinking about it. You know, if you haven't seen it yet, I won't reveal who the killer is, even though it's like a 30-year-old movie or whatever, but I guess it does set the tone, but it's just like, you know, that fat sumbitch didn't deserve what he got from a pissed off Vic. You know, so, hey, maybe there's a lesson to be learned here. You know, never fucking offer to help anybody. Don't, you know, and if they tell you to fuck off, just leave right then. Don't try to offer your chocolate bar. You know, hey, here, you want a Butterfinger? Yeah, you can have it. Boom, you get a fucking axe upside your head. No thanks. So, yeah, let that be a lesson learned. I guess that was kind of a movie memory that I had where I wasn't scared, but I think I was just more angry than anything, you know. So, poor Joey, that's all I'm going to say.
Here, Vic, want a bite? Here, I'll just put it over here. And later on, when you're hungry, you can have it. Well, if that's the way you feel, forget it, Vic. Just forget it. But I think you're really out of line.